Welcome back, everybody. The History Guy here. This is my third episode in this village I have named Jamestown, playing in the alpha mode early release game Foundation, which is a medieval city builder that I've been having a lot of fun with, and we've welcomed a whole lot of new subscribers to the channel through Foundation, so welcome to all of you who have been following along. I hope you're enjoying this. If you did not see the first two episodes of this series, the link to episode 1 is in the description below. And so we're going to get right back to it, pick up where we left off. And where we left off is that I had just completed another market slot, which we're going to start selling fish, which makes another item of food available to our people. We're already selling our berries and our bread. And of course, we have our goods, which really right now are just common clothes, and then wine. So, with all of that said, let's look around at what else is happening here. We've got a fisherman now. Down here in the fisher's hut, we only have one who's able to do that, but he's producing pretty well. We're going to look over here at a few other things. I have this beautiful little fountain that I am in the middle of constructing. That's one of the first things I've ever used that actually uses polished stone, which is something up until now that I had sold as a way of making gold. Well, the gold is rolling in right now. That's why I built the fountain, and it's why I'm maxed out on gold. So a couple of things are going to have to happen. One of those is that I'm going to need to further add on to my manor here so that I can increase once again the treasury capacity. So this is a small increase to that, and I want to make sure I don't block the door. Somebody mentioned that I did that on the church, so I've got to be a little careful now. Of course, this also kind of makes things ugly, as someone else pointed out, when you add on in weird ways like this, but that's what we're going to do. And we're going to try to, and I guess that's not going to work like that here. Let's stick it. Yeah, that's small treasure, yeah. Okay. It's a little difficult at times to kind of see whether it's attached. There, we're good there. Now I can kind of change my viewpoint here, and we can drag this bad boy up a little taller. It's not the prettiest of manners, but it's what we're going to do, and it's going to add to my treasury capacity again. So we'll go ahead and add that on there. The other thing I want to do right now is I want to look at my trade, and I think I might have already done some of this, but I want to stop trading for certain resources or selling things. It looks like I have canceled all of my sale of resources, so I'm really just going to kind of import things right now that I need. I probably want to go ahead and open up some of these new trade routes, and I've got enough bread to do that. I can actually unlock this one for 1,000. I'm almost kind of throwing money away right now on purpose, because I'm about to get 1,000 gold by sending out soldiers on this mission. So I want to just kind of send out that gold and spend it however I possibly can. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh, here we go. We're going to help the king, delivering 20 fish. Do I have 20 fish? What I was about to say was that I need to pull up my all of my various displays again here, which I haven't done so far. So I'll go ahead and do that, and we'll figure out exactly what we've got of everything, and then kind of go from there. Alright, there we go. I'm going to turn off immigration because we currently have every job filled except for a few soldier positions, and so I want to cut down on immigration until I get some more buildings put up that will require new jobs. We've got this quest. It's going to wipe out my fish stockpile, which is right over here. It's at, where's the fish? Right here at 20, so I'm going to use all of those right now. Now, Clergy is still kind of the points I have the fewest of. So I think I'm just looking here to see what my different options are. I think we're going to help the Clergy this time. So we have a new quest. We've got 60 days to actually deliver those. So let me check here. I think I already have a slot for bringing fish to the warehouse. It's going to take a little while to do that, though, because I think all the fish has been taken to the marketplace for sale. Yeah, we've got 50 there. So we'll get some over there. There we go. And it's gone. There we go. So we delivered that. That gives us a bunch more points in the clergy section, but I don't have enough commoners to unlock anything right now. So that's kind of where things stand. The next step is, of course, to start building the iron smelter, the blacksmith, the coal hut, and the iron mine. So I guess iron mine we probably want to make first, but we have to find where we can build said mine. And it looks like really there's only one spot that's close by, and that's up in here. And that's going to require me to buy additional territory. So actually 2 additional territories, and we don't have the money for that right now because I'm out of free territories. So we'll get another free territory when my soldiers come back from their mission. And then once we do that, then maybe we'll have the gold to buy yet another territory on top of that. So for the time being, I'm kind of stuck not being able to get additional iron or to build an iron mine. So we're going to just focus on continuing to upgrade our citizens, which right now, happiness is down a little bit. We've got folks who are lacking things like water and certainly church. So somebody mentioned that, no, I don't want to abandon that territory, that my issue has to do with the way my church is built, and I've got the door blocked. So, well, there's a door right there, so I don't think that's really an issue. So let's click on this. Our faithful attendance right now is -2. I think what I'm actually going to do is wipe this whole bad boy out and build an entirely new church, which of course is going to take some time, but I'd rather do it right from the start. So let me go ahead and start working on that. All right, I think I got it the way that I'm going to want it for now. We put the door there on the side. Looks like it's got a capacity of 40 villagers, which I have 52, but that's going to have to do for now. And then eventually we'll get more going, because having torn down my other church, which maybe I could have just, torn down a few pieces of it. I don't know. But having torn down my church kind of locks some of the other structures that I would have been building for a little bit. So it's going to take some time to get everything built up, especially since I've got some houses that are currently going up for construction. And we're going to need a lot of materials to make this happen. So we'll get all that working, and we'll kind of go from there. Now, as I look at my resource list, and that's really what these city builders like this Banished is the same way. What it becomes at this point is really about balancing resources and making sure you're producing enough of everything. What I'm noticing is I need more wool, but I can't have any more sheep than I currently have, so, or at least it said, come on, don't abuse. I mean, I think I can probably add more, and it looks like, yeah, I can. But I'm gonna go ahead and start allowing more immigration. My soldiers are back from the mission, which means I'm about to get another 1,000 gold. So you can see my gold's already starting to max out again. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy some of this property out here. And then, of course, once I get up to 500 again, which might happen very, very soon here, even before my soldiers get back and I'm able to cash in that money, I'm going to watch. If it hits over 500, I'm going to buy this land again. And there it's about to go. There we go. So I'm really making a ton of money right now. I guess most of that's coming from the sale of food to my people. But now we have gotten to the place where we can build the iron mine. And it's going to go right here as soon as I once again hit 100 gold, which very quickly happened. So I'm really just kind of raking in the money right now, which is very pleasing. But we've got to queue up a lot of buildings, which means I'm going to need, as these immigrants come in, I think I'm going to just start making them all builders. But back to what I was saying. I'm building a second sheep farm because I'm noticing a couple of things that I'm lacking. One is wool, one is flour, which is telling me that I'm not taking this wheat and milling it quickly enough. So I may also need a second windmill to keep up with the demand right now, but I am producing a lot of bread. All right, there's our quest is complete. And now we get a free territory, which of course I don't currently need because I just bought up a bunch of territory. But we'll get it once we need further territory. So yeah, probably another mill to keep up with the demand of the wheat that I'm producing. I'm definitely going to need to start producing more polished stone and stone. So I'm going to need additional resources for harvesting stone, which means I'm going to probably go ahead and build another stonecutter camp out here next to this available stone that's right here, which then means I'm also going to want another stonemason hut, which I'll put right next to the stonecutter camp. And those things will allow that. But of course, all of these require more workers. So I think what I'll probably do is once again kind of redirect some of my soldiers over to work, as I don't really need all these soldiers. I'm going to pause for a minute while I do that. Let's take a look. Right now, those things haven't been built yet. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to make some of these soldiers into builders so we can catch up with all of the building that needs done. A lot, and some of these things are pretty far out, so they're going to take some time for folks to get to those locations. Woodcutter could not find accessible resource in zone extraction. I guess we don't have enough wood available to us right now. We've got all of this wood right here, so let's start extracting all of that. We're probably at the place where we probably want to consider a forester to reforest some areas that I may not otherwise use. But for now, we'll clear out what areas we still have here. I guess I've got to also allow for the extraction of stone in that area there. We're probably going to need to give permission for extraction of iron up here. And I guess we can probably tell these woodcutters to go after all of this wood here too. So lots of available places to gather resources that are still inside of my zones. All right, so right now it's just a balancing act, trying to balance all of the different resources that are needed. You folks are going to also be builders, but I'm going to switch builders over to other things once those said things are built. Church is going up. That'll definitely make some people happy. My happiness is at 77. The main thing holding them back is definitely church, but looks like a few still with water, which, okay, there's our manor. We're up to 1,700 that we can store in gold now. It's an ugly manor, but so it goes. Church is coming along nicely. We've also got some homes that are going up very close to the site of the church. Still got some issues with flour and wool, and we will for a while, as well as stone. So until I get those other areas produced, we're going to just continue to have kind of a lack of resources. I want to look at trade for a minute because I've got so much money. I'm just curious what I might be able to trade for by unlocking these. So I can buy wool. Looks like I can buy wine, which I think is going to be helpful because I'm down to 35. I can also buy tools. And then, of course, here we can buy wool, clothes, gold. Or no, that's gold, no. And herbs. Herbs are probably something I also probably need to invest in. So why will it not let me unlock that trade route? All right. Well, anyway, we can buy. Let's go ahead and start queuing up buying some wine and some wool for now. Got a lot of clothes, but I don't have a lot of wool, so we'll have to queue up the wine, and we'll tell them. I don't know. Anytime it gets below 20, we'll make sure we buy some more. New villagers already in place and some more coming. Right now I just have a lot of spots for soldiers, but not really interested in creating more soldiers at the moment. Gonna need those workers for these other things that'll be happening real soon here. Alright, so we completed the stonemason's hut and we've completed the stonecutter camp. So now we've got a bunch of new places for people to work. that are going to be much needed. And I've got a ton of builders right now. I obviously don't need that many, but I was just trying to kind of start moving into overdrive, getting these things in place. So we're going to get a stonemason going. We're going to get everybody else that's available assigned to stonecutters. I've actually got a lot of wood right now, so we're going to go ahead and switch a couple of folks over for the time being. But you can see now that I've got, other than a bunch of soldier slots between my between my manor and my keep, right now just some stonecutter slots are available. Now that we produced that, we're getting a few more houses done. The church is very nearly done. We're waiting on some stone, which now should get produced a little quicker. You see I've got a ton of available common clothes. Flour is a problem and wool's a problem. So we're going to go ahead and get building another mill so we can produce a bit more flour. And then somebody's got to get over here and start working. As you can see, I guess we already have. Is that done? It's very nearly done. We're waiting on tools. And the tools are there, so Carmel is bringing those. Once that happens, we'll get our iron mine in gear. And then I guess we're going to want... How about a coal hut? Where's the coal hut? Do they just work anywhere? I don't know. We're going to have to figure that out. An iron smelter is certainly going to be needed, and we'll want them right by the iron mine. And blacksmith we'll put in the same kind of general area. Did my iron smelter not? Alright, so all of these require gold, but gold happens pretty quickly for me right now. So, yeah, I guess maybe I did already queue one of those up. So we don't need to queue up two of them. The fountain is complete. Let's go take a look at our fountain, which is now in business. Let's get a nice little bird's eye or ground level view of that. And we're going to slow down to normal speed for just a minute and kind of watch the hustle and bustle of our village around our beautiful little fountain. So it's a beautiful little village we have going here. Our happiness of our citizens is at right around 79, 80. As soon as that church is done, everybody's going to be fairly happy. We've got 58 citizens, 28 serfs, 18 commoners, 12 citizens. And of course, once the church issue is resolved, that's going to start going up. We're getting low on wine, so I've got to make sure I'm trading for some wine. Our iron mine is complete, so we're going to start reassigning some soldiers to some of those other area builders as well. So I guess we need some miners. How many can we have altogether? Let's take a look. We're gonna have 5 miners total, so that's nice. So let's go ahead and keep the immigration coming, I guess. Alright, here comes Carmel with our last 2 stone. The church is now complete, which of course unlocks all the stuff that I previously could no longer unlock. Here comes the faithful attendance going up from 0. It's all the way up to 9. It's going to get up to 40 really soon. Our happiness is starting to climb as well. That's going to make everything a little bit better. I even made a little cemetery here. Let's take a look. I've got some wood crosses as well as some stone as well, which is kind of cool. Way out here yonder. Oh, houses are upgrading because people are happy. Happiness is at 87%. Out here now we're building the blacksmith and the iron smelter. We're going to need more citizens to kind of man all of this stuff. We've got 2 miners. You know, I'm going to go ahead and... I don't know how this works here, if it's anything like it is on Banished, but I'm wondering about whether or not it makes sense to put some residential zones out this way. Maybe because it might be nice for people to build homes that are near their workplace so they don't have to walk quite as far. So we'll just put a nice little residential area in there that if people so choose, they can build their homes in that area. Alright, here we go again with the envoy wanting my troops, wanting me to send soldiers in exchange for 1,000 gold, a free territory, 10 of these kingdom points and 20 wine. So I've got the soldiers, so why not? We'll go ahead and get them going again, which I might have to turn some people into soldiers to do that. Yeah, I've got 4 soldiers right now, so our windmill's complete. I've also completed my second sheep farm, so we'll get another shepherd going, and we'll spawn some sheep to start ramping up the amount of wool that I'm producing. I am gathering iron ore now, and we're going to start milling more. So things are going well. Financially, I've definitely taken a hit, but that's because I just bought, I think, a bunch of wine that I needed. So once I start selling that, I'll be okay. Alright, I'm noticing my berry supply is getting low, so I've added another gathering hut. So right now, I've got a definite need for additional workers. I don't have enough for the 3 foragers I need. I don't have enough for the stone cutters that I need, the wood cutters that I need, and eventually for these iron smelter and blacksmith facilities that are going to be opening very soon. So we're going to allow immigration to happen unabated for a little while here. More houses going up. Happiness is at 98. Very, very good. Serfs 26, 20 commoners, 16 citizens. All is good. Wait, workplace is full. The woodcutter camp. So I guess we've got a kind of an overdose of wood right now. How are we doing on? We're actually good on planks too. So maybe we can reassign a few woodcutters to other jobs for the time being. But I also have a couple of unemployed folks. So let's do it this way. Let's start with foragers. We're going to assign 2 of them there. We're going to also assign one of these woodcutters over to foraging. So that should start getting that berry supply going nicely. We're going to go ahead and build the last building we need over here, which is a coal hut. And I guess that can happen anywhere because it's not showing me suitability of land for that. So as soon as I've got... Ooh, I'm negative 678 right now. I guess it's because I'm buying all that wine. Maybe we need to start selling some more things. Alright, our soldier quest completed once again. That gives me wine. That gives me another 1,000 gold, which I was kind of in need of. We're going to go ahead and start working on the coal hut. We're waiting on the completion of the blacksmith, so that'll take a little bit of time. And then we'll be pretty well to the point where we've built everything that's currently available, except for a nice big wall, which please save the comments, the political comments on that one. I know there was already some discussion about that, but yeah, we'll get there. Lots of nice houses going up everywhere. We've got a very bustling region here. The main upkeep costs for the village are the manor and the church. As you can look at the budget here and see that. Here's our upkeep costs. We've got 252 for the Lord Manor, 126 for the rustic church. Everything else is fairly small where that's concerned. All right, so as I'm looking at my stockpile of resources, the next thing I see that's small is fish. So I think we want to go ahead and build another fisher's hut, which is relatively inexpensive. In fact, I may go ahead and build 2 more. So we'll get those going down here. That's, of course, once again going to require more villagers. I've got a lot of builders still, I think, so we can probably go ahead and shift a few of those around. We're going to make a couple of them miners, I think. These lists get pretty long after a while. Still got 4 builders. I think that's probably a good place to stop with builders right now. So wool's starting to move up. We've got a nice stock of iron ore, plenty of common clothes. A little low on flour still, but hopefully we get caught up because the miller is here. But you can also see bread and wheat are in low supply. So I'm thinking it's probably time to expand the farming as well. So let's go ahead and get a wheat farm going again here. I think we'll maybe make... No, I want to keep them close together if at all possible. And as we clear these trees out, that'll make for more farmland. So that way, all of the production stays in one area. This is all already marked for farm. So they'll just plant additional wheat as we go along here. Got to get some more bread, which of course then probably means once I build additional wheat resources that we're going to need another baker. So we'll queue that up as well. Those are not cheap, but I've got the money. So let's go ahead and look at our villager list. We do have 2 more unemployed, so let me see where our needs are at the moment. Besides soldiers, really just woodcutters, and I guess the wood is starting to get low again, so we don't want to let that fall behind. We'll max that back out, and then new villagers as they come in we'll assign to mining. And then let's see where this is coming. We're kind of at a standstill here. We're waiting on somebody to come out and just finish the actual building. That'll get our blacksmith going. I guess that'll be for tools. And the coal hut's nearly done as well. And here they come to complete it. There's our blacksmith. We've got new villagers coming, so I'll assign one of them as soon as they get there. Oh man, you were that close to finishing it and you're walking away? Come on. Fisher's hut's complete, so we're going to need some more fishermen. But my fish supply is at 0. We're kind of running on empty on those. So let's look at happiness is at 93. We've got 28 serfs, 22 commoners, 18 citizens. There we go. 2 blacksmiths will get going. Art and Zachary, who just joined the village. We'll get somebody working the coal hut as soon as possible, and I'm guessing the blacksmith's going to need that coal, as well as iron and tools. So they produce tools in exchange for the coal and iron. There we go. Another fisher's hut. So all 3 fisher's huts are up and running now. We're going to need some charcoal burners. So let's go ahead and shift one more builder over. Carmel has been an excellent builder, but you are now charcoal burner Carmel. And then the new villagers that come next, they're going to be assigned to fishing. And then I think for the most part, it looks like we will have a decent stockpile of all resources at that point. We'll get caught up on bread with the construction that's currently underway. So I'm feeling pretty good about where things stand. I'm actually going to go ahead and wrap this episode up right there. I think that's a good place to stop. As always, please let me know your thoughts. I always welcome those. Use the comment section below. If you hit that little bell next to the subscribe button, that'll give you a notification anytime I've uploaded a new video. Try to upload at least once a day. And I'm going to try to start getting on a regular schedule and advertise that schedule about a week in advance so you can know what's coming. Also plan to get back to live streaming within the next week or so be paying attention for a channel update that should provide that information. As always, thanks for watching. Thank you for all your great input and the support of this channel, and we will see you again next time.